Sarge, good morning. Guess what? You're gonna start day one of the week with Papa Guac. What do you think of that? Hey, old boy. It's gonna be a good day. We're gonna have a show. It's called A Week with Papa Guac, where we go over all the things that I do during the week. And you're gonna start the week with you. You don't seem to be interested. You are being camera shy. That's horrible. But, oh well. Now let's go hop to the next spot. Now, as usual, my good friend Pantera is out here waiting for me. Haven't seen him in a couple of days. It's been raining and I've been resting, hadn't been feeling so great, and look, there he is, peeking out from back behind there, waiting for me. Hey buddy. He's not a lap cat, but he's I'll hang around you cat. And so anyway, I bring him out a plate of food, and in a little while he'll come over and he'll eat his little crunchies. And hey buddy, say hi to everybody. Say good morning. There's some food for you over there. As you can see, he's a wildcat, but you know, I'm trying to tame him. I'm hoping that maybe one day he'll let me touch him, but we'll see. But in the meantime, we'll carry on. As you can see, I got my table prepared. First thing I do when I start off my day, which is not on the table, is with a nice cup of coffee. I already have my coffee. And I read my Bible. I already read my Bible. But I have it out here. It's right here on my handy walker. A year ago I was using that pretty regularly, but I don't use it anymore. Now I use it to just transport my stuff. Like my tripod for the camera, my Bible. In the back, I got a stockpile of water and some tissues for when I got allergies or when I sneeze and have to blow my nose, and you know, and times when I get a little musty, I've got my Axe spray to make me smell nice. But I sit in the chair after I get done working just to change my shoes and then go in the house. But I got my Bible here. In a little while I'll be doing a devotional reading. Before I do anything outside, I put on off. And I do that inside the building, far in the back, away from everything. Because if you get this stuff on any of your plants, it'll kill your plants. So if you're going to spray any chemicals and you're outside and you have plants and you love your plants, don't spray anything around them. If that gets onto the leaf, it will literally kill the whole plant. So be very careful when you're spraying any kind of anything outside, a cleaner, off, perfume, whatever it may be. Don't do it near your plants. And don't do it near your water. You don't want your turtle or your fish or whatever you have in water to get all messed up and sick. And I'd like to drive a little point here. 1 week ago today, I did a major clean on this pool, and as you can see, in 1 week, just 1 week, green. It just shows you the amount of work that needs to be done on a regular basis in order to maintain a turtle. So again, I tell everyone, if you're interested in getting a turtle, you think they're cute in the pet store, you may want to think twice and be prepared for the long haul. Otherwise, don't get the turtle. I know your children may be begging and pleading for the turtle because they're so cute, and believe me, I know they are adorable. But again, they're gonna get big and they require a lot of work. So keep that in mind. When you get a pet, or any pet for that matter, once you get a pet, you're in it for the long haul. It's like a marriage. It's till death do you part. Yeah, my little friend came over. He loves watching Turtle, and he likes watching Goldie. He didn't even finish his food, but he kind of likes to hang around me and watch what I do, and he likes watching Goldie, and he likes watching Turtle. He's a nice little friend to have hanging around. He causes us no trouble, and I think he's a handsome guy. He's a good guy. Now, once I make my way outside and had my coffee and all said and done, it's time to feed the tadpoles, Goldie, and Turtle. In this container, I have just plain old cornflakes crushed up, which is what I'll be feeding to the tadpoles. They're just all smashed up into little tiny crumbs. In this container, I have mealworms. The mealworms are for the lizards. I feed lizards around this place the way elderly people feed pigeons up in New York City on a park bench. Yeah, the lizards come running when they see me, as they know I'm going to throw a handful of mealworms down for them. And where do I get these mealworms, you ask? From the turtle food. Yep, I get them from the turtle food. You see, the turtle nor Goldie like to eat mealworms. Don't ask me why, but they leave them. I just put a little bit, don't do a lot. That much is enough for now. Then I'll give them some more if they start, begging for food. And if they don't beg for food, then I won't give them any more. And then I'll give them the same dosage or the same amount of food later on this evening before sunset. They like to eat before they go to bed. Now, prior to dumping this into the turtle pond, I literally pick out the mealworm pieces. Not an easy task if you don't have fingernails. So try to remember to leave a couple of my fingernails a little bit long, so it makes it a little bit easier to pick these things up. But all these little pieces matter, the big ones and the little ones, because we have at this point so many baby lizards around. Makes it easier for the little babies to eat, and then the larger lizards, we eat the larger pieces. But at least there's enough there for everybody to have. So that's how I start my day. And from there, I go through and begin to inspect all the plants, looking for bugs, whatever I may find, whatever issues. I check the fence to see if there's any loose panels, because we've had a lot of rain and storms, and everything can be fine one day and the next day not so fine. I know that I was walking the back and I found a piece of fence that had come loose at the top, which I need to repair. The last tomato is looking really good. She's got more flowers on her. Give them a tap for self-pollination. You can see she's got flowers over here as well. So, but again, she's the last of one tomato that ran me the entire season from January until now. And like I had mentioned in another video, I took unused tomatoes, smashed them up, and threw them into pots. And here in pot number 2, I've got tomatoes growing. So that's going to be more than likely my project for today. Is I'm going to start transplanting tomatoes into smaller pots and break them out. I'll have to do it very gently. I'll use a spoon, believe it or not. I'm going to be handling these guys with extreme care. That's pot number 2. Pot number 3, it has even more. There's even more tomatoes growing all over the place. These guys are looking kind of sunburnt, so it's imperative that I get them out of here quickly and get them under the canopy in the back, so that they're not in the direct sun. That way they'll begin producing some tomatoes. Got a couple of onions growing here. They're probably ready to be pulled and ready to be eaten, but again, just took the top of an onion or the bottom of an onion and plop it in the ground, and you got yourself an onion. So don't throw away the tops or the bottoms of your onions, especially the bottom. You know, you take that bottom where the root is, cut it, stick it in some dirt, and let it go. Grow your own food. Which, speaking of growing your own food, let me go back to the table. And the beans are looking fantastic in this pot here. This is amazing. Look at them. They're just growing. They're way up high. They're like as tall as the fence almost now. They're doing really super great in this pot here. And that pot over there, not quite so good, but they're growing nonetheless, and they will produce. You see, Pantera didn't eat all of his food, but he ate about half of it. And you can see he's sitting over there just doing what he usually does, just watching Goldie and watching Turtle. He's just amazed by them. I don't know, he likes them. And I don't know if he's trying to hunt them or what, but no, he just saw a bird and got a little distracted. But you know, speaking of the onions and planting them, I got a bag here, and I just did some research. I got carrots that hadn't been used right away, and as a result, began growing roots and tops. And turns out the tops are edible, so you can eat those greens. Now I could plant this carrot, but it's not going to really get any bigger. It's just going to kind of stay the same as it is. But what will happen is these greens will grow, and 1, you could eat the greens, or 2, you could just leave them to grow and let them seed, and then you have seed in the cooler climate, and to plant your own carrots. Again, grow your own food. So that's another thing that I plan on doing today, is dealing with this bag of carrots. Here, I'm just going to randomly reach in here and see what I got. There's another one. It's got tops growing. So I read online, it says that you should slowly introduce them to react or get them used to the new climate, and so I'm going to bring them outside and keep them under the canopy and see if I can get them things to grow and produce greens for us to eat and seeds for us to eat. And Mr. Nosybody here, he's getting a little closer. He's getting a little friendlier. Boy, I wish he would let me touch him. Hey, Pantera. but he won't. He's got something wrong with his back. Looks like maybe he got in a fight or something. But towards his back end there, he looks a little rough. But maybe he got in a cat fight. So anyway, almost making my way down the row. I got some tomatoes I got to take off. So that's a good thing. Still taking off tomatoes from what was planted last January. As you can see, I've already cleared out most of the pots. A lot of these have already died off. Oh, my pepper's suffering really bad from the heat, so he's not growing as good as he should be. But the sweet potatoes are doing really well. But the peppers, they've been really struggling. The heat's just been really, really brutal. Today also is Sunday. Sunday is the day that I spray neem oil on the plants. But I haven't checked the weather forecast. I don't know if it's going to rain this evening. I need 24 hours for the neem oil to work, so if it's going to rain this afternoon, it's kind of pointless to spray because it'll just wash it off. The neem oil has to sit for 24 hours. Here's something that I look for, that I just noticed. As I turned my head, there's a bent tomato here. Because of the weight of the tomatoes that are on it, it bent the branch, which is not good. It's gonna cause these guys not to grow correctly. So I'm gonna tie this guy up and give him some support and see if we can't save these tomatoes down here and these flowers that are growing, that are still growing. So that's another project that I'll have to take care of today. I notice these things as I walk by. Last week, I think it was maybe on Thursday, I think it was, I took the time to go through the cactus and take all of the thorns off of it. That way I don't get stuck. And these things are pretty tall. Like I say, they're about I'd say 7 feet tall by now. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them down. Not this one, because this one's got fruit on it. But once it's finished, I'll cut him down. But this one over here, he doesn't have any fruit on him. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to section them down 1 foot at a time, and then replant them, and it'll make a whole nother cactus. They use this Peruvian apple cactus as what they call a living fence, which I think is a really neat concept, to use it as a living fence. Think about it. It's easy to grow, it's a fast grower, and you know, eventually you can surround your property with this thing, and you know, it's protection because of the thorns, unless you choose to cut them off. It produces beautiful flowers, it gives you food, so I mean, it's just a win-win all the way around. Such versatility, all the things you can do with it, it's just fantastic. A few more tomatoes down there. A few more growing right here. This sunflower, I cut off the head, but the plant itself still looks pretty good. So it's kind of making me wonder, will it produce another head? Will it continue to grow even though I cut off the flower? Yeah, it looks really good, this plant. So I'm kind of surprised. The other two just kind of died back, but this one looks nice. So I'm just leaving it alone to see what it does. There I have another sunflower. the last of what I planted, but this thing, I mean, it's got like a gazillion little seeds in there. So I mean, I got like an unlimited supply of sunflowers now. I don't have to buy seeds anymore. The pack of seeds that I bought, it had I don't know, it didn't have very many seeds in it. I'd say probably like maybe 12, 15. And I planted every single one of them. And out of that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5 grew. The rest of the seeds were dead. And I found that in a lot of seeds that I've purchased over the last several years, where only some of the seeds are alive. So I'm guessing that the seeds are just dead. And I know that they can die seeds because I killed some of my own. I didn't store them correctly. I stored them in a place that got very hot. The seeds basically cooked and became no good at all. I had to throw them all away. And ever since then, I keep my seeds inside the house where the climate is cool, and I don't have to worry about the seeds getting cooked. So I think buying your seeds is a waste of money, because especially nowadays, maybe the way they ship them or store them or package them or whatever, I don't know, it's causing the seeds to become useless, dead, and they don't grow. So, and here I have a small row of black beans growing. They're doing fairly well. In this shady area, I figured they'd be doing better, but they're doing okay. They might need a little fertilizer or something. Here's my papaya plant that I just planted about maybe a month ago, so it's growing. I'm looking forward to that guy getting nice and big and tall. That's going to be an awesome thing. And on the other side of the fence I have another one there, but that one's not doing quite so well for some reason. But it's okay. I planted 4 of them, and this one is doing well. That one is just doing, and the other one is doing well, but we'll get to him in a moment. Got a crepe myrtle tree here with a bunch of wild growth at the bottom, so at some point this week that'll be a project. I'll go down there and snip all that junk off and make it nice and tidy. That way it looks really nice and good. Being blinded by the sun right now, I'm gonna have to stoop down. Here's our onion that we've had for about 3 years now. So we've never had to buy green onions, so we always have a supply of green onions. But here's another view of that little papaya. Like I say, he's struggling a little bit, but hopefully he'll bounce back and do well. Something's been digging around back here, it looks like. So that's not good. I'm not sure what's going on with that. These pots right here are lemons that I recently transplanted. So I've got 3 little lemon trees right there, so I'm looking forward to that growing. The dragon fruits are looking really good since I moved them under the canopy here, and parsley's are looking a lot better too. Putting this canopy up was just the best thing in the world. It was such a good idea. It's been extremely beneficial, and will continue to do so. And we got the little lizard container. And, I can see a couple of eggs laying there. I don't see any more, so it looks like we still got 2 eggs, but everybody else is hatched. I tilted the container down so that they can come and go as they please, but when it comes time for feeding, I'll throw all the small little crumbs inside of there, and they're always gone. When I come out the next day, all the food is gone, so I know they're eating them, and I haven't seen them, but I know they're around. And again, there's the dragon fruits, the little babies. These dragon fruits are red. They have, or not red, but pink. They have the pink skin with the white flesh. So, Lord willing, I can get these things to grow. These have been the hardest dragon fruits to grow. It's not like the yellow pitaya, which grows with no problem and gives you fruit. This pink one's been a struggle. But hopefully one day it'll do something. All in the hands of the Lord. Butternut squash is pretty much done for the season, so I expected that. Got a little dizzy just standing up just now. That's part of the cancer. Gotta be careful and not get up too quickly because I get dizzy. And there's the wild growing loquat. And something has been munching on it like crazy. All of the little bite marks taken out of the leaves, and I have not been able to figure out what in the world is eating this thing. I'm sure it's some kind of caterpillar or something, I don't know, or maybe a grasshopper or something, but whatever it is, I don't know. But neem oil has been ineffective due to the fact of the amount of rain that we've been having, so I can't do anything about it until we get a break of the rain. And I got another pot. This pot of green peppers are looking really good since they were moved under the canopy. I don't see any peppers on them yet, but they are producing flowers right here. So, and I think over here in this area, so these guys ought to start producing some vegetables and flowers pretty soon. So I'm excited about that. And here's the cantaloupe. They're a nice pretty flower. Cantaloupes are kind of like the butternut squash. Hey, here's a little baby. I wonder if he's one of my babies. I don't know, but there he is. My pest control. But yeah, this I think the flower in the same manner as the butternut, the male-female thing, and the pollinating. There's another flower, but I don't see a fruit attached to the flower. So I guess that this one is a male. I don't have any females on the cantaloupe yet, but it's growing. That's a good thing, as long as it's growing. We'll see what it does. And here's papaya number 3. Papaya number 3 is doing really well over here. It's standing about, I'd say 8 inches tall. It's growing nicely. Here I got zucchini. Again, he's got a little bit of munching activity going on over there, some kind of bug, but again, due to the rain, I'm limited with my pest control right now. I can only rely on the bugs. Here's a bean plant that I planted last January, and it's still producing beans. This is the longest lasting bean plant, this one and this one, that I have ever had. Usually they'll produce, then die, and that's it. But this one just keeps on going. It just loves this area. Pineapples are looking great. I'm hoping they produce. I notice the fence, part of the fence is broken, probably from a storm. So this panel right here is coming off. So I'll have to come by here with a screw and fix that later on. But that's the kind of stuff that I look for as I'm making my daily inspection, because everything can be fine one day, but then a storm comes through and all that can change. Things will be different. Here's my row of black beans back here, and these guys are standing a foot tall. They're really doing good back here. They're loving the shade and they're growing nicely. They're going to produce really good. I have a feeling they're going to continue to grow in the same manner that these pots are growing. Here's a bean right there. The dragon fruit, after the cold and after the squirrel, is coming back nicely. Got a lot of new growth on it, and so I got to tie a lot of this stuff back. You can see beans growing, beans. But if you notice, I got a major aphid problem. So again, I think with this rain, you know, I really don't want to use 7. I could put 7 on it, but I really don't want to do that. I want to try to stay chemical free, but I mean, these aphids are bad. I mean, they're even eating the basil. I've never seen such a thing. I didn't even think that a bug ate basil. I just learned that this year. I thought most insects hated basil because of the smell, but these aphids are just devouring the basil. I don't spray the basil because I figured insects didn't like it, but I am very wrong. I have to start spraying my basil with the neem oil now as well. And then over here I got my compost in my work area. That bucket right there with the chair on top is compost, or we throw unused food or whatever to let it decompose and turn into you know, like a fertilizer for the soil, for the plants. And this is extra dirt that I collect for pots and for planting. And then you look down the row, you can just see sweet potatoes for as far as you can see right on down this row here. So I'm looking forward to this. This is going to give us a lot of sweet potatoes. I'm not even cutting them anymore. I was cutting them every time that they would grow long. So like for instance, this guy right here. You see how long this thing is. So now I just kind of shove it down and let it grow down along itself. And I'm not cutting them anymore. I mean, I just got so much of it. I'm gonna have so many. It's ridiculous. I'm really looking forward to what it's going to produce, and I'm praying to God that it gives me 90 pounds. The last time I grew sweet potatoes, it gave me 45 pounds, and I'm hoping that this time it gives me 90. But whatever it gives me, I will be thankful for. God be the glory. But that's pretty much it for today. Today's side. Look who's following me. You see my buddy? He follows me around. He doesn't let me pet him, but he follows me and just kind of keeps me company. And as I'm walking around doing whatever I'm doing. And he's shy, but he's always there. Hello, Pantera. How are you? Why are you being so secretive there? You following me around? But yeah, he's a good little companion. You see, he follows me where I go. You good boy? Are you a good boy? Well, this concludes this portion of day 1 in a week with Papa Guac. until next time, this time tomorrow. In the meantime, I'll do a couple of devotional readings. Not a couple, but a devotional reading. I'll record that, and I'm also going to begin telling my cancer story and focusing on how the Lord was good to me and how He saved me, how He pulled me from a very bad place, more than just physically, but spiritually, and rescued me. And it's going to be a good show. So be on the watch for that show. I'm thinking about titling it "I Will Sustain You," because that's what Jesus said to me back on December 8th, 2024. He came to me and said, "I will sustain you." And since then, He has. As a matter of fact, speaking of sustaining, I just got the news, confirmation news, that my whole family has COVID right now, which is very odd. So I'm like the only one that doesn't have it. And they want me to mask up and all of that stuff, but the way I see it, one, if I were to get it, I already have it, because I've been around them all without a mask. But two, I believe the Lord will sustain me. And I believe that with my heart and my mind and my soul. And I have complete and total trust and faith that I will not get COVID. And even if I do get COVID, I still know that He's going to take care of me and that He will sustain me and that I will be okay. So I'll keep an update as the week progresses, because this is going to be a 7-day video. Day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But day 7 is going to be filmed on day 6. 6 I'll double up, because day 7 is Saturday, which is the Sabbath unto the Lord. And commandment number 4 says, remember the Sabbath. And I do that. I remember the Sabbath, and I do no work on that day. I live, I have fun, I can go to the beach, I can do things, but the Lord says do no work. That doesn't mean you can't enjoy yourself on that day and rest, relax, and do whatever you do, and just marvel at creation. So I'll take care of whatever work type things on Friday. So on Friday, when I film day 6, as it gets close to sunset, I'll film day 7, announcing the Sabbath, and concluding the week with Papa Guac. So this is it for now, and if anything comes up throughout the day, I'll be sure to hit the record button and add it to this video. So, but until then, I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching. Hello everyone, this is Papa Guac here. This is day 2. As you can see, I haven't cleaned the turtle yet. It's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon right now. It's very, very, very hot outside. I didn't get started working until like about 10 o'clock. I've already taken care of the stuff that I mentioned yesterday that I do when I first get up in the morning and read my Bible, and then I feed the turtle, and feed the lizards, and feed the tadpoles, So I've already gone through and done that. I've already gone through and done an inspection of the property and found some areas that need addressing, and some of which I've already addressed and some of which I haven't. From some of my chores yesterday, some of them I did and some of them I didn't, but I'll get to them later today. I was very tired yesterday. I had been up for many hours. I struggle with sleep. It's like I sleep every other day. And by the time yesterday afternoon rolled around, I was just exhausted. For Saturday night, I hadn't really slept that much. And then up most of the day for day one. But I got some good rest last night, and I woke up around, I guess, 10 o'clock. I felt really rested and ready to take on the world. My wife didn't want me to come out because it's so hot, and she worries. She has COVID right now, and so does my mother-in-law and a lot of other people in my family. They're all on the mend though. They're okay, but they were reporting fevers as high as, close to 103. And but they're all on the mend, and they're hanging in there. But thanks be to God, God be with me. I never got it. So I'm thankful, very thankful for His protection. But like He told me, He said that He would sustain me, and He is, and He's sustaining me in every manner. I wasn't afraid when I heard that they all had COVID. They wanted me to mask up, but the way I looked at it, if I had it, I already had it, because they already had it. So what's the sense in wearing a mask? And I just put my faith completely and totally 100% in God and His protection. And as always, He was there. He protected me, and I have no COVID. So right now I'm taking a break. I'm just sitting here talking to this cell phone. And looking at Goldie and Turtle in there. I've got the hose in the pool to cool them down because it's so hot. There, Turtle just peeked her head up. But what I've been doing today is we've had so much rain. If you take a look at the pool, you can see the dirt at the bottom, and that's how high the water levels came because of the rains that we were getting. So it kind of leveled out right there, but then the water just got deep, and what happens is, because of the fence, the water's just kind of trapped and just doesn't go anywhere. And the way that this community is designed, it's designed that all of the water runs from the west, so which would be this side of the pool faces west, and her bedding faces east, and that's how the slope runs. The slope of the community runs from west to east. And there's a drain, and all of the water leaves, but due to the fence, and then over time debris and dirt and stuff clog the bottom of the fence, and the water just doesn't move as quickly as it should. So what I've done so far today is, as you can see, again, this is, it's pretty dirty down there. In a little while I'll be clearing all of this out, you can see how that looks right there. But so far, I've already taken care of this part of the fence, and I have it all clear where water can flow out and leave. Now here's my pool drain where I keep the water cycling. So I have the hose in the pool, and so that the pool doesn't overflow, it exits up here, just let a slow trickle so it doesn't flood the neighbors. And but I've already cleaned this area here. Just needs a hose rinsing, but I've already taken care of this part of the fence. But and I've left off at this point right here. So you can see all the debris here in this corner has been collected from the rain, so I got to clear all of this out. And again, once all that's cleared out, the water will be able to flow freely, and our patio area here won't flood, and our flower pots won't look dirty. It'll be nice and clean. Now I set out my neem oil in my spray container as a reminder. I desperately need to spray neem oil on these plants. I'll do that this evening. I'll make this mixture, and before sunset I'll spray the plants. I don't believe we're supposed to get any rain today, but I desperately need to spray the plants because the aphids are, pretty bad. The aphids are even attacking my basil plants, which has never happened before. I've never had aphids attack basil, but this year they are. And they're also attacking my green beans in the back of the property, which we'll be making our way back there in a few moments. But I desperately need to get that neem oil sprayed. So you can see I have my clippers here. There's a little palm tree in the backyard. I did a little clipping on it, tidied it up, made it look nicer. I have a few beans that need to be taken off, and I also have a tomato plant that I need to go ahead and cut back and completely remove. That was my knee crashing into a chair because of my poor vision, my peripheral, and that was a left side hit. That's something new. I'm bumping into things on the left now, whereas before I only bumped into things on the right, but my left peripheral is beginning to go bad now as well. So yippee skippy. Looks like I got some kind of a nematode or some kind of something going on here with this bean. So again, I need to get this neem oil sprayed. Last of my tomatoes. Give her a little shake. Self-pollinate. Campari. I still haven't moved out the little bitty baby tomatoes that are starting to pop up in these pots. Right here, I still haven't removed those, but I need to get these things taken out before the sun cooks them. The reason I know that they are baby tomatoes, but like on this particular one right here, there's little hairs. That's how I can tell that it's a tomato and not a weed. Weeds don't have little hairs, and but those little hairs, eventually turn into roots. So, in regards to planting tomatoes, it's good to bury them really, really deep, because those things are actually, those little hairs are roots. So, a lot of times you have to be careful not to bury plants too deep. But in regards to the tomatoes, it's good to plant them deep. The deeper the better, because then you can get a stronger root system. Otherwise, The roots are shallow, and I'll show you what I mean. I'll take this tomato plant, which I'm planning on removing, and you can see that's it. That's it. That's all the roots. You know, there's hardly anything there. Hardly anything there at all. So if you can, this is like roots that were at one point trying to develop that are coming out. But it's definitely a good idea to take your tomatoes and bury them as deep as you possibly can. It makes for a stronger tomato plant. There's something wrong with my basils. I don't know why the leaves are all curling, but this year's it's been tough with the plants this year. But I don't know what's causing them to curl. If they're some kind of nutrient deficient, or I haven't researched it, but I'm going to have to. I need to resolve that problem because that's just unacceptable. Can't have that. And again, you can see what the heat is doing. It's just wilting my plants. My pepper plants was doing so good, but here I've got this little pepper, but it's just so hot over here. It's just cooking everything. I don't know if I mentioned on my last video, but I took all the thorns off of this cactus plant, and this one here in the back, I'm going to section it off in 12-inch slices and then propagate it. I'll probably propagate that little one back here, this piece of new growth here. I'll probably propagate him once it gets a little bit bigger as well. But this one, I'm not going to mess with this one until the fruits grow. Once I've harvested those fruits, then I'll go ahead and do the same thing, cut it down and create new ones and place them somewhere else to begin to establish a living fence. With some tomatoes almost ready to turn red. This sunflower, I'm gonna probably leave it a little longer. I see like little ants or something crawling around on it, but I'll leave it out here a little longer, and then I'll take it and store the seeds, and then I'm gonna grow an abundance of them. Tomatoes are suffering due to the too much rain and too much heat. There's no happy medium. But this guy back here in the corner seems to be holding up pretty good. He's still making flowers. So this guy's doing good. Got some growth down there. I don't have any tomatoes on it as of yet, but we'll see what happens. Here's our papaya, and then one of my rows of black beans here. Now the carrots from yesterday that I had mentioned, I went ahead and propagated them and planted them all right here. See what happens. I learned that they don't really do anything. The only thing that this is going to be good for is leafy greens that are edible, and also to produce seeds. So we'll see how they do. If they grow and they can produce seeds, so that I can have my own carrot seeds and not have to buy them from the store. I still need to clean the base of this crepe myrtle tree. This just drives me absolutely nuts. These things just non-stop growing. A lot of times I spray Roundup, but I haven't bought any Roundup this year. But I think I may end up biting the bullet and buying some and treating certain areas, including the base of this tree, because this is just a constant mess. Parsley's looking great. This, by the way, is ginger. Can't remember if I've told you, but this is ginger. It started off literally as 5 pieces of ginger, about the size, roundness of a dime or so, about the size of a marble. And this will grow and it will spread, and this whole pot, just from those 5 little pieces, will literally fill itself with ginger. It'll be so much ginger in here just from those 5 little pieces. It's just unbelievable. These 3 little guys are lemon trees. I just threw them into a pot and they grew. A lemon. I just took a lemon, threw it into the pot, and then it grew. It's part of butternut squash that's trying to hang on to life. This is my lizard container. I've got the mealworms in there for the little babies. Still got 2 eggs in there that haven't hatched, so I don't know if they're duds or they just haven't hatched yet, but I guess we'll see. Time will tell. And here's my little rosemary grown from a seed. I'm hoping that this does good. Rosemary is a really great herb. It was doing really good for a while, but now it's starting to look like it's under some kind of stress. I don't know why or from what, but I can only assume it's just because of this heat. But still got a couple of little baby cilantros. That this pot originally was filled up with cilantros, and then the seeds dropped off, and some of them have sprouted. And this is a cilantro right here, and this one's a cilantro. I had one here, but then it kind of immediately died. It just never took. And there was also another one right here that did the same thing. It just started to do well, but then all of a sudden just fell over and died. And you can see in the course of a few hours in a day what it does to the peppers. In the mornings they look so lush and great and wonderful, but then through the course of the day, even in the shade under the canopy, they're just pitiful looking. It's a fight I've been going through. So yeah, it's just a typical summer in Florida. You're lucky if you can get something in the summertime in Florida. Cantaloupe is looking pretty. Lots of little flowers on it and stuff. The flowers are beautiful, beautiful little yellow flowers. I don't know if any of them are, they're so small, I can't tell if any of these are male or if they're going to produce a fruit. Can't really tell, but I guess we'll see. This papaya here, this one's doing just great. This one's just loving life. This one's growing really well. Very good papaya. Zucchini. Pineapples are all looking good. I've got a few beans that are ready to come off. You can see up here, I got a bean here. Starting to get some like mildew or something growing on it, so I got to get that off. And noticed a few more that are ready to come off. I would have taken them off earlier today, but I didn't because everything was still kind of wet from the dew from overnight. but I'll take them off in a little while. This is the palm tree that I was working on, that I mentioned, that I was cleaning up when I discovered that there was damage to the fence back here. So I cleaned up the base of the palm tree, tightened it up and made it look nice. But in the process, I noticed that this fence was coming detached. So I stood on my ladder and reached over the fence and hammered it back in, and then I put a screw there and there to keep this in place from coming back out again. I don't want this to come down once the hurricanes start to come. And here's my row of black beans that's doing really well. I'm very happy with their growth progress. Now, it's from this backside that I discovered the aphid infestation that's on my beans. But I've noticed that the ants, believe it or not, are going after these aphids and are kind of taking care of the problem, and the bean plant is still flourishing even though it's got this major infestation of aphids. But it seems as though that the ants are taking care of the problem. So, and my bean is still growing, it's still producing new beans. So, you know, I just guess I should just leave it alone. This here is wild pumpkin. It's a weed that can choke out your garden really bad, and so I always pull these out whenever I see them and get rid of them. So I pick out weeds as I pass by and I see these things, and then I address them. And the sweet potatoes that I'm so very excited about, these are just growing so excellently. Just, you can even eat the leaves of these things. I've tried them, they taste alright. They're kind of weed. But that pretty much concludes day 2. I'll have a few things to finish up through the course of the day. Spray neem oil and transplant the tomatoes, the little guys, and get them under the shelter here. And then that should be it. Tomorrow, depending on if I'm up to it, I'll take on cleaning Turtle's swimming pool, and also got to finish cleaning up the fence line so that the water can drain from the property properly. So there's always something to do here. There's always something to keep me busy. I thank God that He keeps me alive. You know, the way I look at it, I'm working for Him. He's kept me alive. He's given me things to do, and what I do is a testimony to His goodness. Because without Him, I wouldn't be doing the things that I'm doing. So what I do for Him. I'm employed by the Lord. He's been gracious to me. He's extended my days. And so I make every minute count. And every minute count for the glory of God. Because it's because of Him that I'm here, and I'm filming this, that I'm talking to you, that I'm able to do these things. As Paul says, boast of the Lord. And that's what I do. Because none of this is me. This is God. This is God enabling me, strengthening me. encouraging me, and using me to show His greatness. So, thanks and glory be to God and His Son, Jesus Christ. And until tomorrow, this is Papa Guac. We'll see you tomorrow. Hello everyone, this is Papa Guac here. I'm ready to start day 3. And we'll start off with Turtle and see if she'll get a little crazy for me. And she gets, as you can see, she starts standing and following me around. I got a little piece of food in there for her. I haven't fully fed her yet, but she gets kind of really excited and moves about a lot and, when she gets hungry. And she starts scratching. You'll see her starts kind of scratching at the edge of the pool here, wanting food. You know, kind of like your cat or your dog does. They let you know when they're hungry, and she's hungry. So I'm gonna go ahead and there she goes. And she starts her scratching. It's like, hurry up and feed me, I want my food. So here I will come on down. Here, baby, here's your food. And she'll start to eat her little pellets. That's why the kids call her Miss Pac-Man, because of the little pellets. And she eats them like a Pac-Man. But last night she bit me again. Of my own fault. I gave her a piece of shrimp, and I caught her when she was in her active state. Her belly wasn't full and wasn't prepared for a snack. She was prepared for a full meal. And when I handed her the little teeny piece of shrimp, she was just overly excited and bit me. You know, in the same manner that, like, if you were to give your dog a treat, you know, sometimes your dog or your cat may accidentally bite you trying to get a treat, because they're just so overexcited. Well, turtles are the same. They get overexcited and they'll accidentally bite you. But again, no harm, no foul. Not her fault, it's my own fault. And no blood. She didn't make me bleed, and just felt like a little pinch. It didn't hurt. So it was rather funny. Tadpoles, I just fed them. They're still getting bigger by the day, but still no legs. Surprisingly, I don't know when they're gonna get their little legs, but still no legs. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to that. And I have my storage box here where I let things dry out, like these sunflowers and stuff. I'm about to cut some black bean pods that I saw yesterday that I never got around to taking off. I'm planning on taking those off in a little while. Yesterday, as I had mentioned, I had cleaned the fence line, so you can see from at this point cleared a lot of dirt and debris away from the bottom of the fence, so that when it rains the water can pass under the fence and to the drain that's at the back of the community where the water is supposed to go. I have from about like this area right here, and then down fence line. Just noticed a broken fence here. Gotta figure out how to fix that. I didn't notice that yesterday when I was working here, but it's like that today. I don't know what in the world that's from, but yeah, another job for me to do. It's a beautiful thing. I don't mind the work. The Lord keeps giving me things to do, so let it be. Let the good times roll. But anyway, I still have a lot of clearing to do down here at the fence line. I may have fallen and bumped into that at some point yesterday when I was working and didn't even know it, so it was probably me. But yeah, I gotta clear all of that dirt, sweep it all up. And what I'll do is I just take it and dump it into these pots, because you can see there's not really much dirt in these pots. So I just collect the dirt and add it to the pots, and it's pretty fertile dirt. Yeah, so it's good nutrients for the soil, good nutrients for the plants. As I get further down the line, there's not quite so much dirt debris along the fence line. It's mostly just kind of leaves and stuff that tend to collect when it rains. This area drains pretty good, so I try to keep everything moving along. And so I don't really have a lot of work to do down there, but as you can see, I do have a piece of fence that has come apart. So another project, I'll have to put a screw in there and get that fixed. So I'm glad I just noticed that. I hadn't noticed that before, and actually I'm seeing another one down the way right there. So here's a couple more little projects for me to do. Keep me busy. Thank you, Lord. He keeps me busy. It's a beautiful thing, working for the Lord. I was able to remove some of the tomatoes that had began to grow in these pots. Here I noticed another one that just must have popped up overnight. So at some point in time I'll take him out and I'll relocate him, get him into the shade where he can grow. And actually there's another one right over here that has popped up in this pot. And this was the pot that had the big cluster. So there's still 1, 2, and then 3 tomatoes that I can take from this pot and let them grow. Now I collect them all because not all of them survive. Some of them just die for no particular reason, but I collect them all. And the Lord will let live who He wants to live, and He'll let die who He wants to let die. The Lord makes things grow. The Lord gives, the Lord takes away. It's all in His hands. But I just do the best I can, and the rest is in His hands. This fence line up here is nice and clear. I don't have any flooding issues and draining issues, so that's all good. You can see where I've taken a tomato and that went bad and smashed it and threw it in this pot. So in no time at all there'll be little tomatoes growing in this pot. There'll be more growing here in this pot. I just throw the bad tomatoes in there and let them do their thing. I gave this pot a heavy watering yesterday in hopes of trying to bring this pepper back to life, but still it's fighting, but it's just suffering. It just doesn't like the heat. But this is a nice, pleasant discovery I didn't notice before, but fresh flowers growing on that pepper plant, and you can see right here it's making a pepper next to my thumb here. So that's a pleasant surprise. I hope it can do something. I still haven't sectioned off the cactus, but I do intend on doing so soon. This is my my toolbox where I store all of my work items. Got my ladders, my toolbox. Now the weights, they're not meant to keep the lid shut, because this box isn't locked or anything. But what I've done is I've put a piece of tape where I want these, weights to be. As you can see, the 25 pounders. I do work out. Not a lot, but a little bit. Like about 5 or 10 on each arm every few days. And but the position of these weights are actually for push-ups. They allow me to really get down deep, so you could feel that stretch across your chest, the way I have that positioned. And I don't have to be on the dirty floor, so it's a little bit elevated. But believe me, after doing a push-up this way, you feel good and stretched across your chest. It's a nice little workout. So, anything you have in your home, you don't have to go out and buy yourself weight equipment and stuff like that. You can use stuff around your house to do a workout, and that's what I do. I use things around the house for my workout and to keep myself in shape. If I weren't in shape, if I weren't strong, I wouldn't be able to do all the gardening and the moving of these heavy pots that I do. Albeit said, my strength comes from the Lord, because at the snap of a finger, if I boast on myself, He'll pull it right away. So let me not boast on myself and what I can do, but I boast on the power that God has given me to share with you. That He has given me strength in this cancer that was supposed to kill me, has given me strength to be able to still do a fair amount of push-ups every few days. I'd say about every 2 to 3 days, and to lift these dumbbells. I also do sit-ups. Do about 10 of them a day, sometimes more, but at least 10. I don't really count, I just do them. And I'm actually able to do them flat on the back without anybody holding my feet, which is a miracle. So I have to assume that God's holding my feet while I do these push-up or sit-ups, because again, it's madness. It makes no sense. I can only say that it's God be with me. Now, the family is still recovering from COVID, and I thank God that COVID passed me over, only by His protection. Only by His protection. If it weren't for Him, I'd had COVID just like everybody else. But again, God be with me. Thank you, Father, for being with me and protecting me from COVID, and allowing me to share this testimony and give you the glory, because there is no other explanation. There's no explanation as to why everybody in the house where I live, the place where God has put me to dwell, that they all catch COVID, but yet I'd be spared. Thanks, praise, honor, and glory to God Almighty, King of the world, Creator of all things, and His Son, Jesus Christ. Well, I've kept myself busy today, checking on things as I usually do, feeding the animals, feeding the lizards. I've already fed the lizards, I've already fed the tadpoles. I've already made a little inspection of the garden, and last night I was able to do an application of neem oil, which was a wonderful thing, and we didn't get any rain, which is even better. We need rain, yes, but I needed a rain break so this neem oil can work and penetrate into these plants, and thanks be to God again that I got that break. Now, as you noticed, the chair back where I sit and do most of my videos is gone. I have taken the chair away. I cleaned up the area yesterday. I weeded. A lot of weeds growing amongst the plants. This papaya just looks better and better every day. I am just amazed and pleased. This is a work of art. It's God. I was able to treat the beans and the dragon fruit and the rest of the plants that needed it with neem oil, and I'm approaching the 24-hour mark, so I just need a little bit more time with no rain, and that'll be a good thing. There was a lot of weeds back here, and I pulled all of these weeds, pulled them by hand, no spray, just got down there on my knees and pulled them up. And it was a mess. You could probably notice it in some of the other videos. But today, as I was making my walk, I noticed something. And I don't know if you can see them, but there's two beans hanging there. These beans, I just planted them not too long ago, and they're already producing black beans. I don't know if you could see them. Let me zoom in. There. See, there's two of them. I just zoomed in just 2 times. There's 3 times I zoomed. But there they are. Black beans growing already. God makes things grow. And then the others, you can see they've got flowers. So they'll soon be producing beans. And then here, the original one that I planted back in January. Look at that, fresh bean. I don't know what God has done to the soil that is in this pot, but this bean just keeps on going. And the same with the one that's in this pot. It just, I don't know what it is, except for the hand of God that has blessed this plant, but it just keeps growing. It doesn't stop. I actually just found a whole bunch of them back in there that need to be cut off, so I gotta come back out after I'm done filming this video here. There's 1, 2, 3 of them right there, so that's pretty fantastic. And I know that there's a few on this one also that need to be taken off that I meant to do yesterday but never did, but I will do it today. No ifs, ands, or buts. But you see more flowers. Again, this was planted back in January, and this just continually just keeps producing. I do have an aphid problem with this particular bean plant and the other one, but I also have a ton of ants that are working on eating those aphids, so that's kind of making me not want to go with 7. I had considered putting 7, but the bean is still growing, it's making flowers, the aphids are existing, but yet it's still doing what it has to do. So I choose to let the ants do their thing. I choose to let the ants do it. They'll take care of it. Now, as you can see, as I close this segment, I've done a little rearranging over here on this side. and I placed this table here where I can do my readings, and I can do all the things that I need to do my videotape. And I'm hoping that the canopy and the fence will drown out a lot of the noise that tends to plague me. So I'm prepared to do some shows, and ready. So I have more to say, but I'm going to stop this video for the time being because I have to meet with my hospice nurse. So my wife is calling me on the telephone here, so I'm gonna sign off for now, and I'm gonna come back and talk some more. So I'll be back soon. Bye now. Well, here it is, several hours since we left off after meeting with hospice, and all is well. They just talked to me about my health and how I'm doing, and we speak of that, and we speak about God, and nothing really big. They just come, check your vitals, and off they go. Give you medicine if you need medicine, reorder, those kind of things. So it's nice they come to you. You don't have to go out into the streets and waste your time and gas going to a doctor's office. It's actually quite nice that they come and visit me here. Now, as you can see, I've moved my filming area to underneath of the canopy here, in the hopes that it'll block out a lot of sound, noise interference that's creating distractions while I'm performing videotape, while I'm videoing. I think the last video that I did, which would have been, I believe, on July 6th, to air at a future date, it just really upset me. The noise, the distraction, I call it a demonic attack, the disruption, which I am going to do a video on demonic distractions, because I believe that they're real. I believe that they're attacking me, distracting me, distracting you, the watcher, the viewer, as I'm trying to do a biblical reading. So I do have plans, right there on that handy little notebook there, of doing a video in regards to demonic distraction. Now, over here I have some onions that are growing, and I'm gonna plant them and have more onions just as I do there, and one of the other pots up front. I'll cut the bottoms, cut the top, plant them both, bottom and top, and they'll grow and produce and give me onions. Grow your own food. Again, down here are 3 lemon trees. They're looking really good. There's 2 more that I need to do a transplant on, so in total I'll have 5. So I'll continue and do that later on in the day. In this container here, I have various stuff that are meant to be put into the compost, but I noticed that there's some strawberries in there, and I've grown strawberry from seed before, so I'm going to attempt to do that. I'm going to take the strawberry pieces in there and plant them and see what happens. There's also some apple pieces, apple skins in there, which are great for pineapple and helping in production of the pineapple making fruit. The apple, as it decomposes, produces a gas. I can't remember the name of the gas, but it produces a gas that stimulates the plant to produce a flower. It's a natural way of doing it. There's a lot of the big companies and farms, they use a chemical to do that same process, but you can do it naturally without chemicals by simply taking apple peels and shoving it down into the center of your pineapple, and as the apple decomposes, it produces that gas, and in return it will cause your pineapple to flower and produce a pineapple. But I'm on top of the pineapple right now, and that's just where you put it. You just shove the little pieces down in there. You could take some put them in between the leaves if you like. That's your choice. Sky's the limit. You do what you want. But it works. We've had these pineapples for many years, and 4 of them, the larger 4 we've had for many years. It wasn't until last year that they actually produced and gave us pineapples, and that was a direct result of finding out about this method of placing apple down in the center. Now, you don't have to use the skins. You can take an apple that's gone bad and cut it into pieces, small pieces, and shove it down in there so you can actually use the whole apple, if you choose to do so. But it works. They gave us pineapples, and they weren't very large, but they were delicious. They were the sweetest pineapples that we had ever eaten. So it was a true blessing that we finally got pineapples to produce for us after so many years. And remember, in regards to pineapples, to don't throw away your tops. When you cut the top off of your pineapple, you can take that top and cut it into up to 4 sections. And you take those 4 sections and let them soak in water. And then once you see roots, put it in dirt, put it in the ground, put it in a pot, whatever you choose, and you'll have another pineapple plant. So if you like pineapple and you like gardening and you like growing these things, don't throw away the top seed pineapples. Save them and let them soak in water. And once they get roots, plant them. And bon appetit. Don't forget to put apple in them so that the apple will help them produce fruit. But this pretty much concludes the show for today. I'll get on with my work. Take care of the things that I need to take care of. I've already taken care of taking the beans off of the plant. So they're ready to be shucked, and I still have to clean along the fence, but it's hot and I'm tired, so I probably won't do it today, but maybe I'll move into it tomorrow. Lord willing, I'll wake up early, because that's really the best time to do it, is early in the morning when it's cool, because it's just so hot. But this concludes this episode, so we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye. This is a test of the video. Let's see how this looks using this little chair. My Bible would be sitting on this bucket, and I would be doing my readings. Do I want to do them from down here on this small, or do I want to bring a chair and sit in the chair? That is the question. We hit the pause button and go grab a chair. Lord willing, the camera won't show. Okay. Now I'm in the chair, and I'm wondering if it is able to catch my whole head, or if it's only catching part of my head. Of course I can't tell, because I'm not behind the camera, and I work alone. So Let's see. My shoulders are about even with this, so my head a little higher. I'm gonna go stand behind and take a look. Yeah, I think it should probably be raised a bit. Probably to like about that point right there is my good best guess. Or I could always just bring it out to 6, which is probably the better thing. Bringing it out to 6. Thing is, I just don't like the stuff that's off to the right. I don't mind anything to the left and in the back, but the bougainvillea over there really looks cruddy. I'm thinking we turn it this way so we catch everything in the back. That looks pretty good. I think that's probably how we should do it. Then bring the chair here. Chair here. Let's see. Oh yeah. We're gonna have to give the chair a turn though. I'd say like that. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'd go with that route right there. Yeah. And still I could turn it ever so slightly. So, there it is. There it is. Now to get the black magic marker and to mark the spots. And the bricks to mark the spots. And then I've got my bucket here. Which cannot be seen. And actually in between I can sit on that bucket. And I can do that song. Okay. Alright, yep. This is it. This is how it's gonna be. Let me get my black magic marker. Okay, well, I've made good on all that I was gonna do. I planted the strawberries. I planted them in this pot right here. So we'll see how they go. I noticed in the pile of debris that was meant for compost that there was some kiwi pieces and seeds. So in this pot over here where the cilantro is, I've got cilantro growing over here on the right, but nothing over here on this side. So I planted the kiwi here, and I'm gonna let it grow and see if I can grow a kiwi. That would be a pretty cool thing to grow, I think. So let's see what happens. Kiwi, right there. I've marked my chair for videotape. Got the camera all set. Everything's ready to go. Made the little blank circles where the chair's supposed to be, so that when I need to move it out of the way when I'm doing gardening, I'll know exactly where I need to, replace everything. Did the same thing at the base for the camera. Little black circles on the trials, and the camera's pretty cool. It comes with a level, and it is perfectly level. This is it. This is the spot. However, there was just one bad thing I noticed when I was reviewing the video prior to making this video. And what I noticed was an airplane flying over, and it was heard perfectly clear on the video. So my hopes and dreams of the canopy and the fence blocking out some residual noise just went right into the trash, because that plane flew over, and I was right here under the canopy, and it was just as loud as it always is when I'm videotaping in the back. But I'm still going to continue to video here, because it's a shady area. It's permanently shady, and one of the issues I've been having is that when I'm recording devotionals, I do them in advance, and as in the back, as the sun changes its position, the sun begins to shine onto the camera. It causes the camera to overheat and shut off. So I will have done an entire devotional reading, and some of them are pretty long. Some of them have a lot of passages, and they're pretty lengthy. And as a result, with the sun moving, it causes the camera to turn itself off. So I'm going to stick with this shady area here. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to eliminate the distraction of airplanes, and chances are I'm not going to be able to eliminate the distraction of bugs and birds. But if you look right now, it's so perfectly silent. It's about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's just really quiet and peaceful. But when I start reading the Word of God, let me tell you, it is unreal. The birds start chirping, the planes are flying, the insects are making their weird noises. It's just insane. And I know it's demonic activity trying to create a distraction, which gave me the idea of doing a video, and I will be calling it Demonic Distraction. It'll be a small video where I discuss demonic distraction, and so I'm looking forward to doing that. I should have that done really soon, but I'm not going to work on the fence line today. I'm tired now, so I'm not going to work anymore. I'm not going to do anything else today. I'm going to do editing of what I've done already today, and we'll let tomorrow take care of itself. See, there goes a plane right now overhead. So I'll just spend the rest of my evening editing what I've already done for today. Day 3. Tomorrow, on day 4, tomorrow is my grandma Evans, my mother's mother, is her birthday. So I'll be wishing her a happy birthday tomorrow. And that pretty much concludes this day and this week with Papa Guac. I hope you all have a great evening. We'll talk again tomorrow. Bye now. A week with Papa Guac. This is day 4. Hump day. I don't know if you can see Pantera. He's over there waiting for a little plate of food. So here I got a little plate of food I'm going to take over to him. And so we're going to get things started with Pantera. And Turtle sees me coming. So she's done spun around. So she's going to make her run into the pool and start going crazy because she wants her food. Good morning, Turtle. How are you? I noticed that when I come around, she gets a little excited and her little throat kind of goes up and down faster. I guess maybe that could be a sign of excitement or whatever. Say good morning to everybody. Say happy hump day. Are you a good girl? Are you ready for your food? I'm gonna feed you. You're a good girl. Yes, you are. Ready for a nice new day. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning right now. I've got all their food sitting out. The turtle food, the cornflakes, and the mealworms for the lizards. Cornflakes for the tadpoles. Hey, Pantera. Here, baby. Here's your food. He'll run from me. Here, baby. Here. See if he'll come a little closer today. Here's some food. Here's your food, baby boy. Oh, I wish you would come to me. Come on, baby. Don't be scared. You don't have to be scared. He's such a good-looking boy. But he doesn't fully trust me. So he'll just kind of patiently wait for me to leave. And then he'll go and sit down and eat. Here, Pantera. Here. Come on, baby boy. Eat your food. So, there's that. Let's see. And Turtle. She hasn't made the dive yet. Usually she'd dive right in, ready to get her food, but she hasn't made the dive yet. Now, well, look who decided to come and eat his food. I don't give Turtle a lot of food. I don't want to be wasteful with the food and stuff because it contributes to the murkiness of the pool. So, really, I just put a little bit in the cap. I don't fill the cap. I just put a little bit in there. And I'll pick out the mealworms. There's no sense in throwing the mealworms in for the turtle because she's not going to eat them. Goldie doesn't eat them. I don't know what it is. They don't like them. But, you know, as I've mentioned in previous videos, the turtle, or the lizards rather, lizards love them. So I'll just take them out, put them into this separate container here. And I do pick out the little teeny pieces. I pick out the teeny pieces for the little lizards. All the little babies that we have around makes it easier for them to eat. And currently, right now, we do have a lot of babies. They are all over the place. And here's my friend the airplane. I'm thankful to God that he's flying by during this video instead of a devotional video, which I do intend to do in a little while. And I also intend to do a video on the Ephesians. Can't remember if it's Ephesians 5 or Ephesians 6. I can't remember at the moment, but it involves spiritual warfare and the things that these pesky little demons do to create disruptions. Yeah, a lot of people don't believe in that kind of stuff, but the Bible mentions it. Paul speaks of it, so I believe it. I believe it is real. I see it firsthand, weird things happening, especially ever since I've been doing devotional readings. Just all sorts of odd, strange things that I had never noticed before. And I mean, they're not major things, I mean, it's not like Linda Blair exorcist head spinning pea soup kind of stuff, but just distractions, like this plane. And so I'm going to do a video on that, in the different manners of how these demons tend to distract us and prevent us from absorbing the Word of God when we're, reading the Bible or listening to a sermon or praying or whatever the case may be. These evil spirits are, they're always working. They're always working to create disruption. So I'll be doing a little speaking on that. I'm not a preacher, and I'm not going to preach, but I am going to speak about the knowledge that I've gained over the last several years, and share it with you and allow you to draw your own conclusion and feelings in regards to the matter. But as for me, I believe they exist, and I believe that they are disruptive, and I believe that if you're not into the Word of God, then they're not going to disrupt you. But the moment that you become a child of God and start getting into the Word of God and following His ways, then your disruptions tend to increase, especially amongst new and young believers. Those are highly victimized. I know that for a fact because I was one of them. So, but I'm rambling on here. I'll go drop a little bit of food. As you can see, I don't put a lot of food. I just put a little bit, and if she wants more, she'll scratch on the side of the pool there when I pass by, and let's see if she'll do it. She sees me here, and she sees me with the container, but yep, there she goes. She's scratching. She wants her food, and that's what she does. She just kind of frantically scratches at the food to get my attention to drop the food into the pool for her. But that's how she calls my attention to eat. So when she does that, I know she's hungry. If she's not doing that, I know she's not hungry. So here, I'll show you something neat. See, she'll like take a nip at the lid. You see, she'll take a nip at the lid. Sometimes she does. She's not going to do it today. But there, I'll just, I guess she's gotten hip to my foolishness. But there she is, just gobbling down her little pellets. And like I say, if she's still hungry after she eats these pellets up, she'll scratch on the side of the pool again, indicating to me that she's still hungry. And then I will give her a little bit more. but you don't want to put too much in there. Don't overfeed because it's just wasteful. It murkies up the water, and it's just wasting your money. It's wasting your food, because the reality is they really don't eat a whole heck of a lot. So, and what she doesn't finish, Goldie will finish. Goldie's a little pig. She'll eat pretty much anything you throw in there. Goldfish are scavengers. They're carp, so they'll eat pretty much anything. So they're not picky about what they do or don't eat. So, but that concludes this segment for the moment, till I figure out what I'm gonna do for the rest of the day. Not really feeling so great today. The old intestines are acting up, and I'm in that bad sleep pattern where I didn't really sleep much last night, so I'm tired. So I'll probably take it pretty light today, and by the end of the day I'll be exhausted. I'll sleep well, and then tomorrow being Thursday, I'll work on mowing the lawn, getting things prepared for the weekend, and if I have the energy later, if I feel up to it, I'll continue to try to clean the fence line, and also make the repair on this broken fence here. So I have things to do. And I also intend on attempting to play my guitar today, and get that in the video, on video, and I intend on placing it at the end of a show that I've created that's called I Will Sustain You. It shows about my my road that I walked from the beginning of the cancer up into the current, and I intend on concluding the show by playing my guitar for the first time in 3 years, learning a song. I play by ear, so I just listen to music and then I play it, but I struggle with remembering words, so I'll be reading from a notebook when I do the song. I'm excited about it. Again, it's the first time I've touched my guitar in 3 years, so we'll see how that goes. I'm hoping that the Lord will bless me and allow me to play at my best, because I'm playing for Him. It's for Him and for His goodness and what He does for me. So that's the plan for the day. So we'll see how it goes. I'll see you in a little while with something else to talk about. But for now, I'm going to take a break. See you in a bit. Well, I'm going to finish the day up with doing some chores, but it's just scorching hot outside, and I'm just throwing in the towel. I got a lot of videos done today, and but very little chores. But I didn't sleep much last night, and honestly, I'm just exhausted. So I'm going to take the rest of the day where I can relax, and then tomorrow's another day, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. I was hoping to get a video of playing the guitar in front of this cross, but the ground there is very soft and loose, and the chair kept sinking in the dirt, so I ended up shooting under the canopy, which was better because it was in the shade. But anyway, there's my planes again. I walk outside, and there they are. More distractions, just unreal. But Anyway, I'm just gonna relax for the rest of the day and just take it easy, and I pray that the Lord gives me good rest and energizes me, and I'll be ready for some good physical action tomorrow. Tomorrow, I believe, is lawn mowing day, so yeah, I'll be doing that. I think I usually do it on Thursdays, and so yeah, that's the plan. So anyway, that concludes day 4, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye now.